This video will introduce the idea of an interaction term in a model. First, let's understand what is an interaction. Interactions are behaviors among predictor variables that are not behaving independently. So, my favorite example of interactions is ice cream sales. So, think about a truck that comes into your neighborhood and is selling ice cream. If there's lots of sunshine that day, then you might sell ice cream on the truck. If there is hot temperatures, then you might sell ice cream on the truck. But if there's sun and heat together, then you're going to sell potentially, on average, much more ice cream than either sun or heat alone. So the question is how much more? So consider this example of, if it's really sunny, but it's like 60 degrees, you just have sun and you don't have heat, and maybe you sell 30 ice cream cones. And what if it's a really, really hot day, but it's like kind of raining or super cloudy, and maybe you'll sell like 40 ice creams? A linear regression model would take those two amounts and add them together when you have sun and heat. But the truth is, when you have sun and heat together, there's just some magic that amplifies the amount of ice cream that you're going to sell. So maybe instead of 30 plus 40 equals 70 ice cream cones, maybe you just sell 200 ice cream cones. It's way more than you would sell just adding the sun and heat amounts together. This is an interaction where together the presence of two things at the same time really bumps up sales or bumps down sales depending on the situation. But there's an effect on ice cream sales that comes from the two things happening together. That would be an interaction between sun and heat. Now, isn't that the same thing as multicollinearity, you might be asking, when two things are related? But the answer is no. Multicollinearity is a correlation among X variables, and interactions are different. Interactions exist when the effect of one variable, one X variable, on the response. So we're talking about the ice cream sales, which is the thing we're trying to predict. The effect of an X, like sun or heat, changes in the presence of something else. So multicollinearity is just a relationship. Do sun and heat happen together? And for an interaction, the question is, how does sun and heat happening together affect ice cream sales differently than just sun or heat alone? So it's really about the effect on the response variable. Now we're going to consider examples of interactions in linear regression models, but they can exist in any type of model at all. So it's always something to keep in the back of your mind.